Now, how cool is this coffin? This is a coffin from the 11th dynasty, which was during the First Intermediate Period, approximately 2051 to 2030 BCE. Coffins from this time period are known for simple decoration and very little text. On each side of the coffin, there is a single line of hieroglyphs that contain an offering spell to make sure that the deceased has everything they needed for the afterlife. This coffin was for a man named Chebi, who held the titles of Count and Seal Bearer of the King of Lower Egypt. Chebi was found and excavated in 1923 from a tomb in Sheikh Farag in Egypt. The excavations were carried out by Harvard University and the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. Chebi was found in tomb SF 5105, as you can see from that little sign. A second mummy was also found in the tomb and is known as Chebi the Elder and may have been Chebi's father. At this time period, mummies were usually positioned in their coffins lying on their sides, with their heads towards the north and their faces towards the east. The VMFA has actually added a handy mirror so that you can see into the coffin when it's on display. Now, the mummy is still wrapped, though he is in pretty bad condition. A CAT scan was taken of the mummy, and from these scans we have determined that Chebi was about 5 foot 8 inches tall and about 30 years old when he died. Although the wrappings look a little rough, his bones were actually in pretty good shape, indicating that he probably didn't do hard manual labor in his life and lived quite well. One fun fact about coffins is while they may look like they are made out of one solid piece of wood, many of them are actually made out of smaller pieces of wood that were glued and then pegged together. Middle Kingdom coffins like this often had these two eyes of Horus, and these are actually meant so that the deceased will look out through the coffin so that they will be able to see any of the offerings that are being given to them. This is actually one of the main reasons that mummies during this time period are placed on their side so that their face is literally right behind those double eyes of Horus so that they could literally see or figuratively see any offerings that their family members would be giving them. Chebi was actually found with many different animal mummies in his tomb. These mummies are wrapped so intricately, and you can see many of the differences here, just right across from where the coffin is placed in the VMFA. The wrappings are so delicate and placed just so evenly. We have this one that looks like it is a mummy of a falcon, and though the other one is a little bit more curious because it actually has the face of a person and is mimicking a small mummy. These are actually pseudo-mummies, meaning that they were never one complete animal. Usually they just took one bone and wrapped it up ritualistically.